Hey guys, Marco the dog trainer here. Today we're going to be doing a quick review of the Midwest Homes for Pets ICrate. This is the 42-inch model, meaning that it is 42 inches from the front of the crate to the back of the crate, and it's designed for dogs 70 to 90 pounds. So I'm going to put the link in the video description to this particular model, but if for whatever reason those weight requirements or dimensions don't really suit your needs that well, I'll put some of their alternative sizes in there so that way I can make sure that I've got you covered either way. Now, if you've seen any of my other videos, you'll know that I'm typically talking about my preference of the PetMate Sky Kennel and plastic kennels. But there is a time and a place for wire crates. I think that they're cheaper. They fold up into a nice kind of small space, and that can be pretty convenient. That I'm going to show you guys here in a second. A lot of times, at least these Midwest Homes for Pets crates come with a divider, and that can be really helpful for like puppy potty training because we can adjust it in the crate how much space we want our puppy to have. And that can really be some pretty big advantages. Now, but if you need a little bit more detail on the pros and cons to wire crates versus plastic crates, feel free to check out my video on that. But for today, we're going to really focus on this particular model. So let's take a closer look at some of the features on this particular model, just so I can walk you through everything that you need to know. Okay, so as far as wire crates go, this is really pretty standard. We've got our kind of typical locks, a top and a bottom one. Okay, and all we have to do is kind of fold it up, and that's how we can unlock it. Now, not necessarily the most secure lock in the world, so I usually tell my clients, if we have a dog that has broken out of a crate before or has any separation anxiety or anything like that, I'm not typically going to recommend a wire crate because they're just very, very easy for dogs to open up from the inside. So if we have a kind of just regular chill dog that really doesn't mind being in the crate, then this will work perfectly fine. Okay, now one of the limitations of this model is that we cannot really decide which way we want the door to open. And in some cases, that can be a little bit of a disadvantage. Now, there is an alternative model of this particular crate that has two doors, a door on the side and a door on the front. So I'll make sure to put that link in the description as well. So that way, if you have a house that needs a door to open up a particular way, that you can do that. Now, the other thing that I like about these wire crates is that we can actually remove the tray as needed. So again, kind of talking about like puppy potty training or something like that, we don't want the puppies kicking this tray out and then having an accident on the carpet that's under the crate. And if they did have an accident, it is nice to be able to pull this out and kind of clean it without having to crawl into the crate. But we do also have this kind of locking mechanism here. And that is going to stop the tray from being able to get kicked out. Okay, and then the last thing is just going to be these little rollers here that just help us roll the crate without scratching the floor. So why don't we take this thing apart so I can show you what it's like to put it back together. Okay, so this is what the 42-inch crate looks like collapsed. And in honesty, this is really the main appeal of wire crates for me in particular, is that they can fold up into this nice little suitcase, doesn't take up a whole bunch of space, and that can be really, really nice when it comes to traveling, especially if we have multiple dogs. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put this down so I can show you guys what it's like to put this thing back together. It's not that this thing is that difficult to put back together, but if we rush it, a lot of times that will actually make it a little more complicated because sometimes the different metal pieces can get stuck on each other if you're just kind of blindly trying to yank it open. So my recommendation is just to move slow and kind of deliberately with each piece that you're trying to move. So the first thing we're going to do here is kind of undo our clip that helps hold it together like a suitcase. And then we're going to pull one of our corners up. And then we're going to pull the other corner up. There we go. Then from here, we just need to figure out which piece got folded in first. Was it the door that folded in first, or was it the back end? That way you're not trying to pull up a piece that's stuck. And in this case, it's going to be the door that we pull open first. Okay, and then we've got these little securing locks up here to help the crate hold its shape. So I usually just do one end first. Okay, you know what? Then we're going to do the middle. And then we're going to do the other end. There's that. And we're going to pull the door up again, just making sure that all the securing points are lining up clean. Okay. One end, the middle, and then the last end here. Perfect. All right, guys. And that is pretty much it. And that is really everything you guys need to know about this model, the Midwest Homes for Pets iCrate. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.